What's good, everybody? For those who don't know me, my name's DJ. I am the captain of DJ's Darkness. Before we get started, just know that this is probably scuffed as hell. It's my first time ever recording anything, and I just downloaded OBS about 30 minutes ago, so this might be really bad. But I just want to give everybody a draft analysis of what I picked and how I'm going to tackle season 2 of GPL Draft League. I did really well last season. Unfortunately, my season came to an end due to some family issues, but all in all, I'm just looking to try to make it and do better this season than I did last. For those who don't know me, I am a university student. I'm in graduate school going for my doctorate of physical therapy for our European and other places around the world friends. Might be called physiotherapy there. I'm 23 years old and I'm going to try to start recording, but I don't know if that's going to work really well. So I also collect vintage shirts. So if you see this is a vintage Harley Davidson shirt, I'm going to try to change those up about every week if I record my battles and whatnot. I got the bleach on thing with some flames. So let's get into this draft analysis. So my first pick, which a lot of people might not have expected me to go straight for a defensive mon. I'm kind of used to playing very hyper offensively. Is Seismitoad. I think Seismitoad's actually one of the best mons in the game. The reason why is the two strongest physical attackers, in my opinion, are the Dracos. So that's going to be Draco Vish and Draco Zolt. And Seismitoad kind of walls both of them. It puts up rocks and it also has that water absorbability, which I think is really good. It's got great bulk and defensive typing. And aside from its times 4 grass, it it's pretty good against most things that get thrown at it. So I can't really be mad with this pick. And I really love that I have ground immunity. I think that's one of the crucial things when you're going into draft. But I didn't go after that first, so I went straight into electric immunity. So you'll see my ground immunity later. So for my second pick, we actually went to the S tier. This is not what I wanted, but I got sniped, and I mean, it's cool. So we got Dragapult here. As you see, it's got an insane 142 base stat and speed. It's also a spin blocker, which I think is important. Its ability to set up Dragon Dance and also set up and have good special attack ability, I think is really cool. Clear body means it doesn't get screwed over by sticky webs, and it spin blocks and it has a fighting immunity. Like I said, I really like immunities, and this is another one. So between fighting and normal, now I have 3 immunities on my team. So yeah, so my S tier mom was Dragapult. Now I kind of sniped. I want to say it's Cap Guy before me, but he said he wasn't going for Sun. So my third pick was actually Torkoal. Last season I ran Rain. People kind of had an issue with me running Rain. I don't know. I like weather. I think weather's fun. So I wanted to show that if I was going to run weather this time, it wasn't going to be rain again. So with my third pick, I picked Torkoal. We're going to run the big mean sun. Torkoal is just a great defensive pivot. It also has access to rocks and rapid spin. I think Yawn is overly slept on, so that's a way to status opponents. It also has a great special attack when it's in that sun getting boosted. So with Specs or Charcoal, it can kind of stand on its own. So yeah, I think Torkoal just all around fire that kind of helps out my water, fire, grass synergy that I was going for with this and Seismitoad as my first pick. So Torkoal, I think it's a pretty cool mon, and we're gonna keep it around. So for my fourth pick, all the G Maxes that I wanted were already taken. So that's why I kind of let it slip down here. But I really needed a bulky steel type. Dragapult being weak to fairy attacks, and steel in general just has great defensive typing. So I went with Kaparaja. Sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, so Kaparaja is huge attack stat, a huge HP stat, and if I'm not mistaken, its special attack for Gmax is actually it sets up rocks. So this means that if I don't have a different rock setter, I can still have some rocks on the field and get that entry hazards to kind of wear down my opponent. It also has an insanely low speed stat, so if I get caught up in going against somebody who runs Trick Room, I can actually use his terrible speed as something that's going for him instead of against him. So I'm kind of happy with this. I thought a big steel type Gmax was probably the best that you can pick with what was left for me. So with my fifth pick, it's another B tier mon. It's going to be Cloyster. Cloyster has insane defense. 180, that's huge. It also gets rapid spin to get rid of the various hazards. With skill link, it can really boost its attack and special attack with Shell Smash, and then use, Icicle Spear, Rock Blast. I actually think he gets Pin Missile in this generation as well. So, yeah, Cloyster is just, I think it's pretty good for me. It has decent typing. Some of its big weaknesses are fighting, which we have covered with Dragapult, and electric, which we have covered with Seismitoad. So that kind of helps when I'm trying to build a team to make sure that I'm not just going to get smashed by the likes of like a fast electric like Zorora or, Conkeldurr for the fighting types. So this is why I picked Cloyster. My sixth pick is actually Heliolisk. Before y'all go yelling at me, yes, I didn't draft Heliolisk. I wanted to, however, I want to say Record Man. I think that's how you pronounce it. Sorry, I think you're new to our draft, but he picked it up before me, so I was like, well, dang, that kind of sucks. So then I hit him up, and he didn't actually have a physical attacker, and I had drafted Snorlax just because it was a great physical attacker, and we actually decided to make this trade. So this is great for both parties. Snorlax runs good with his team because he has a Trick Room setter and no physical attackers, Snorlax being one of those. And Heliolisk really worked for me. So Heliolisk has insane speed and insane special attack. I want to say it gets up into the 340s, both of them 330s at level 100, but I'm not sure. Don't yell at me. It's also immune to Ghost type, which I think is great, and Water type due to its dry skin ability. I just think that's really going to be helpful because I can use it to kind of counter Dracovish if I really run into an issue with it, or other really strong water type mons that got picked up, like I think Keldeo was taken. So this is just a good thing for me, and it'll just serve as a great offensive pivot, really opening my options up to get into some of either my weather setter or someone to set up hazards, or maybe just set up like a Dragon Dance or whatnot. So I really like having Heliolisk on the team. I drafted it last season, and I think it was slept on, so we're just going to use it again. So my seventh pick is Weezing. Weezing gives me ground immunity, which I think is crucial. Sorry, my camera's kind of in the way of him, but it's my ground immunity is great for me. I also like neutralizing gas in some matchups, because if the opponent doesn't have a strong ground type user, I can actually use maybe neutralizing gas, and this will help me clear my side of the field off with toxic spikes if they throw that up. Weezing is just a great defensive. I wanted to run more defense this season, maybe a little bit more balance. Hyper offense is fun, but you make one mistake and you lose. Shout out to Mirror Move Avila, giving me my one true loss last season. So yeah, I just think Weezing's a really great. I don't think it should have been in the C tier, but hey, the disrespect there, man. It just happens. So my eighth pick is actually Shiftry. Alright, so we took Torkoal, so then it was like, we need to get a good chlorophyll user. Now, like I said, Cap Guy, I think, already took Venusaur from me, and he was not trading it back to me, so we had to make do with what was up. So I like the Grass Dark. I now have Psychic Immunity with Grass Dark, and I filled out my Fire, Water, Grass synergy trio, so that's really good. Shiftry's got a good special attack and good attack with that boosted speed and chlorophyll. He can set up. He has some priority moves. So I just think Shiftry will be a good addition to the team. Um, it makes people have to respect the weather and not just look at Torkoal as the only threat in the weather. And so I think that makes my opponents have to team build a little bit harder than they might have originally wanted to. Now it's my favorite pick of the draft is my boy Girder. I was just doing a bunch of research on WBE, and I was watching Wolfie Glick, insanely good Pokemon player, and he actually put me on to Girder. So Girder's got good defensive stats. He's got a high attack, high HP. He's Conkeldur's little man. But with the Eviolite, all that gets boosted defensively, and with this gen, he actually gets access to Defog, so he can remove hazards. He has moves that can boost his attack, which is already at 105 base stat. And so for a second Evo line Pokemon, this is a really good option for my team. And my last pick is Eldegoss. Once again, I just wanted to go for a good support Pokemon. Eldegoss has great special defense. It also has the regen ability, so that'll really help me out in switching it out and with the pivots and whatnot. Eldegoss just gets access to a ton of support moves, gets rapid spin to clear off the area. I think it gets like Cotton. I want to say it's like Cotton Guard or Iron Defense, one of those. It really boosts its defense stat. It can put up Leech Seed. It gets Giga Drain. So it's a really just solid grass type. So if you've made it this far, thank you for dealing with my scuffed ass video. Here's my whole team as it was drafted originally. Like we said, Snorlax got replaced with Heliolisk, but I didn't get a fairy type for my Fairy Dragon Steel synergy, but that's okay because I think there wasn't really many great fairy types taken, and all the ones that were taken were really expensive, and so I'm not all too worried about it. But I think it's going to be a fun season. I look forward to potentially trying and do videos more often. I look forward to just giving my analysis on my team building and why I choose what I choose. And I just think it'll be fun. I'm playing a team that's pretty different than I played last season. Last season, I thought my team was insane. Everything was things I enjoyed playing with. This season, I've actually never competitively ran Sun. I've never used Caparaja a single time in any league. Girder, I've never used. Eldegoss, I've never used. So a lot of these Pokemon are things that are completely new to me, and I love coming up with like some crazy sets. So I really just think it'll be a lot of fun. Shout out to all the admins. The draft went insanely well. It was super smooth. Also, shout out to Crimpix. I drafted his team too, and I hope you get your first win of the season. I'll be your biggest fanboy. So this is what I got going on, and if you've made it through this 15 minutes of scuff recording, like bless your soul. And I look forward to my week 1 opponent, which is Transel, the defending champion. I was kind of salty because I wanted to face him in the finals. I thought we both had insane teams last time, but unfortunately I had family emergencies, like I said. But all in all, it should be a great season. I just want to say thank you to all the people that have put in the hard work to kind of make this possible, like Rabombi Teacher and Transel and Denistrio. They just all really go above and beyond and make this like a very smooth and fun league to play in. So I hope y'all stay and listen and you watch my videos next week, and it's game time.